First, I say many things, maybe I'm not always consistent, because my answer to you here would have been that, usually, even some people who worry about capitalism, ecology, destruction, claim capitalism means unbridled individualism. No, I agree with Walter Benjamin. Capitalism is a perverted form of religion. The way to fight capitalism is not sacrifice yourself for humanity, but be a good egotist. Think how you and your children will survive. Walter Benjamin saw this very clearly, that capitalism is a religious phenomenon in the sense that you have a circulation of capital, profit, expanded circulation, and it's like a divine entity. You are ready to sacrifice everything for it. So I don't think the critique of capitalism, here, I don't have time to go into it, but here I think we still have to learn things from Marx. When he saw this clearly, this, let's call it theological dimension of capitalism. For me, the beginning of that subchapter of chapter 1 of Capital, when Marx says, in a first approach, a commodity seems an ordinary thing. But an analysis, close analysis, demonstrated that it's full of mysteries and theological subtleties. What is Marx saying here? Exactly the opposite of what we expect. It's not that in everyday life we are caught in ideology. No, in everyday life, we are common sense British utilitarians. In our social activity, we are more religious than we think. So I would just, I would like to complicate things here a little bit. That far from being atheist, our era is, I think, maybe the most, but in the bad sense of the term, the most religious era, maybe in the sense of humanity only. I will stop immediately that I don't get lost. As a philosopher, where I would immediately complicate things. What is religion? What is to believe in something? Do we really believe? Which book was one of my experiences which formed me? Paul Veyne, the French guy, he already died, I think, who wrote a wonderful book called Did Ancient Gods Believe in Their Myths? Where he demonstrates undoubtedly that no, ancient Greeks were not stupid. They did not believe if you climbed Mount Olympus, you will see, I don't know, Zeus screwing Aphrodite or whatever. They knew it. But nonetheless, it was not a metaphor for them. It's not also that Zeus was a metaphor for cosmic power or whatever. This status of belief fascinates me, where you know that it's not true, but in some sense you still believe it. And even in our everyday life, we usually, most of my friends, we believe through not believing. There is a whole complicated process of believing through others. My stupid example, you must know it. Ask parents, do you believe in Santa Claus? They say, no, I'm not stupid, I buy the presents. Of course, I don't believe in it. Then you ask the children, they will also tell you, I'm not stupid. I know, but I just pretend not to disappoint my parents, and so on and so on. So this stupidly simple example shows how a belief can function socially without anybody in the first person taking it seriously, believing in it. Beliefs are socially enacted. And what I learned from my socialist past, by this I mean living in communist Yugoslavia, now comes the cynical point, is that not only beliefs can function without anybody in first person believing in them. There are strange beliefs which function only if you don't believe in them. It's catastrophic if you take them seriously. That was my experience in ex-Yugoslavia. I knew two of my good friends worked as employed at Central Committee. They lost their job. Why? They took Yugoslav ideology of self-management too seriously. And for those in power, this was already one step towards dissidence. I find this fascinating, how it's not that, you see, not that, it's not just this fetishist formula of disavowal, je sais bien mais quand même. I know it's not true, but I nonetheless believe in it. No, it's precisely the fact that I know that it's not true that makes the belief possible. So, okay, I will stop not to get lost. Sorry.